After Connie's performance and his sharing, we are all very touched and almost want to cry. I thank you. And we as businessmen, 3 businessmen here, 1 university professor and 1 NGO executive director. Now today, I will introduce them. Don't clap your hand yet. When I finish all, I just mention their name and what they are doing, okay, without going into the detail. Then we welcome them and thank them by clapping our hands. Now, I also want to do one more thing before we go on, is about asking questions, okay? Now, this morning, we received a lot of good questions. Let me see where they are now. Okay. Oh, never mind. As we go on, you can write down your questions. But like this morning, we got so many questions, and we cannot go through all of them because of time. And we have certain guidelines. Okay, number 1, each one should write 1 question in simple, easy to understand English. Concise, okay? Don't write an essay because it takes us too long to read it, okay? We don't want dead air, number 1. Number 2 is we'll choose those that are relevant to the majority. Like this morning, there are certain questions which are very specific about the family and about what happened to his son, okay? These questions we will not throw away, but we will keep it, and maybe we will answer you either inviting you to our office or through the web, okay? That's number. We also like to only answer a few of those questions which would be easy to answer. We know how to answer, okay? If those questions are beyond us, we'll leave it there, okay? So be relevant, short questions, and interest to all. Then, when you finish writing, raise up and somebody will take it, and they will sort it out for us, and we will take a few of them and answer. This is for questioning, but we'll respect and appreciate your questions, and we will keep them, okay, and answer them later on. Okay, so let's start. Let's show the organization and society, okay? Now, since I'm a teacher, I like to teach. This is what Peter Drucker taught about organization. Organization always go with society. What is an organization? It's a human group composed of specialists working together on a common task. Now, this group of people is an organization. Next. But when we talk about business organization or corporation or NGO, it's not just a bunch of people rowing boats. It has a purpose, and the purpose must lie outside the business itself. So the business sector, the corporation, is to create customers, satisfy customers, and to serve the society. That the result, it lies not inside the organization, but lie outside of it, okay? That's number 2. Let's go on. Now, the third slide, this is very, very busy. I'm not going to go into detail, but basically what it says is the purpose of organization, the responsibility of the organization, and the big circle is the organization, which you can take it like a company. There are different functions inside. Common goal, communication, provide opportunity for self-development, making work productive. And this is management. The majority, what Drucker talk about, is this management. So if you don't know some of this in the circle, please come and join us with our courses. Now, also, Drucker talk about, it's not just to satisfy the customer. You also have to know non-customers, okay? You have to know the environment and the society, and this is social responsibility. So Now, with this simple understanding of the relationship between society and organization, and what an organization should do in terms of serving the society and be responsible for the wellness of the society, the healthiness of the society, the families inside this society. These are all business corporations' responsibility. Okay, with this in our mind, and with the understanding that we are talking about organization. Okay, so let's go into the first question. Right? Every crisis invokes changes. For the weak and unprepared, changes spell disaster. But for the strong and prepared, changes means opportunity. I'd like to ask David to start. First, talking about this sharing experience of recent financial tsunami. David, go ahead.
Thanks, Peter. We all know that this economic tsunami, as Peter coined it, has a significant impact on all of us, either directly or indirectly. Let's think about some of the figures here. Over 45% of the global wealth was destroyed within a year and a half. 80% of the market cap of the top leading US financial institutions was wiped out within a year. And now it's only up to about 50% of where it peaks. About 60 million people are unemployed or will be unemployed. And there was a recent report that there is 1 billion people is now going hungry. That means undernourished. It's partly because the government has pumped more resources into stabilizing the financial markets rather than making investment in agriculture and food distributions. So the implications of these figures are profound. That means our society will never be the same as before. We're not dealing with just the financial issues. We're dealing with social, economic, and political issues here. And this has lots of impact on all sorts of organizations in a society. For NGOs, to put it simply, you have to do more with less, with the funding cut and the flattened income streams. With government, not only doing more with less, but also trying to facilitate the economic growth without too much intervention. And then for business side, it's not just a business issue. Pretty much the commercial organizations are undergoing a shift of the industry structure underneath them. And they will have to also take care of the social issue, integrate that into their business strategy. So if there's one lessons learned that I would like to emphasize here, is probably that going forward, we need to readjust our mindset that we are not dealing with business as usual, government policies as usual, or even charity as usual. It's different. So may I pause it here and let my other panelists to chip in their views?